We've all felt that excruciating temporary pain in our head after eating or drinking something cold just a little bit too quickly. Well, there's a medical term for that. It's called sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia. And this whole time I've been calling it a brain freeze.
You've heard of Peeps marshmallow candies. Well, there's actually a product called Peeps Lip Balm. Wendy's restaurant founder Dave Thomas dropped out of high school but picked up his GED in 1993. After Thomas's huge success, his uniquely informed GED class voted him most likely to succeed. Hats off to the GED class of '93. I mean, they have the uncanny ability to look into the past. Sleeping through the winter is called hibernation, while sleeping through the summer is called estivation. In Spain, Mr. Clean is known as Don Limpio. Limpio, that's probably not... No, I'd rather be called Mr. Clean.
Reed Hastings was inspired to start Netflix after racking up a $40 late fee on a VHS copy of Apollo 13. I guess you could say that was a great way to launch a career.
Reports indicate that Marie Curie's notebooks are still radioactive, so much so that researchers hoping to review them must sign a waiver, and researchers who have reviewed them still glow in the dark. Just kidding. When three-letter airport codes became standard, those airports that were only using 2 letters just added an X on the end. So afterwards, Los Angeles Airport got a little lax.
William McKinley is on the $500 bill, Grover Cleveland is on the $1,000 bill, and James Madison is on the $5,000 bill.
In 1999, the U.S. government paid the Zapruder family $16 million for the film of the JFK assassination. By the way, the movie camera Abraham Zapruder supposedly used on the day of the assassination was this little gem right here. It's the 8mm Bell & Howell Zoomatic Director Series model 414 PD. It sold for $289 back in 1962. How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Center of a Tootsie Pop? On average, a licking machine made at Purdue University counts 364. Now, after this experiment, some entrepreneurial university students may well have tried to market it for sales to national adult toy store outlets. I mean, what else are you going to do with a licking machine? Frederick Bauer invented the Pringles can, so when he died in 2008, it seemed fitting that he'd be buried in one. But don't worry, I'm sure they properly installed the freshness seal and they cleaned the equipment after they put the ashes in the container before resuming chip making operations. I think. After Leonardo da Vinci's death, King Francis I from France hung the Mona Lisa in his bathroom. On permanent display at the Louvre Museum in Paris, the Mona Lisa was assessed at $100 million on December 14, 1962. Taking inflation into account, that canvas is valued at over $750 million today. Just think, $750 million for something one guy once used to decorate a wall in his bathroom. The National Defense Resources Preparedness Act, also known as the NDRP, or Barack Obama's Executive Order 13603, has a provision for the imprisonment of American citizens on American soil without charge, trial, or due process of law. If you want to know some more horrifying details about this fact, click on this link right here. It'll open a window in a new tab and you can continue watching this video. If you start at the number 1 and spell out each of the numbers as you go, you won't get to the letter A until you've reached the number 1000.
Believe it or not, there's a basketball court on top of the Supreme Court that's affectionately known among congressional representatives as the highest court in the land.
Officials in Portland, Oregon drained 8 million gallons of water from a reservoir in 2011 because a half-drunk 21-year-old peed in it. Needless to say, the employee who made the decision to waste that much water for such a small amount of pollutant must have been told by his boss, "You're in trouble." Barry Manilow did not write his hit song, "I Write the Songs." He did, however, write,
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And
I am stuck on Band-Aid brand 'cause Band-Aid stuck on me.
if your dog's feet smell like corn chips, well, you're not alone. The term Frito feet was coined to describe that very scent. Arkansas has a school for the deaf whose nickname is the Leopards. Hey honey, who's playing at the high school tonight? The Deaf Leopards? 12 plus 1 equals 11 plus 2. And 12 plus 1 is an anagram of 11 plus 2. If you don't know what an anagram is, don't worry. The definition is found in the description below. You've heard of animal magnetism, right? Well, Calvin Klein's obsession for men is used by researchers to draw animals to cameras in the wilderness. Now imagine what it can do for you. After leaving office, Lyndon B. Johnson, who many believe had something to do with JFK's assassination, became somewhat of a hippie by growing his hair long. The 50-star American flag was designed by an Ohio school student for a class project. His teacher originally gave him a B-. Well, at least it was a B- and not an "oh say can you see" minus. A 2009 search for the Loch Ness Monster came up empty. Researchers, however, did find over 100,000 golf balls. Man, with that many bad golfers in the area, it's no wonder they can't find old Nessie. She probably sustained a fatal head trauma from a chip shot. In the mid-1960s, Slumber Party Barbie came out with a book entitled How to Lose Weight. One of the tips? Don't eat. Following unsound nutritional advice like that will ensure that any future Barbie buyers won't be around to see next year's model. Don't! Prairie dogs greet each other with kisses, while sea otters hold hands while sleeping so they don't float away from each other. Now let me pause here for a second, because this is the part in the video where you say, "Aww, that's so sweet." International financier J.P. Morgan once offered $100,000 to anybody who could figure out why his face was so red. And it couldn't have been because he was ashamed of himself for having ripped everybody off back in 1913 when the Federal Reserve Act began issuing notes of debt. Tsutomu Yamaguchi was at work in Hiroshima when the first A-bomb hit, made it home to Nagasaki when the second one hit, and lived to be 93 years old. No matter which way you slice it, that man is the bomb! The Google company founders were willing to sell the Google Corporation in 1999 for under $1 million to the company called Excite. What did Excite do? They turned them down. Google would go on to be a $50 billion a year corporation. But what do you think Excite would have done if their board of directors was made up of Dave Thomas's 1993 GED class? Yep. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please give that like button a click and share it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And let's stay connected. Hit that subscribe button down there and come on over to Facebook at facebook.com/highimpactflicks and on Twitter at highimpactflicks. And one more thing before you go, if you're still with me in this video. This beard, should it stay or should it go? Let me know, give me your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time.